Hello everyone, hope you all are fine. We have completed discussion on inorganic part. Sir is continuing with organic I think, and Sir has already completed till chemical bonding. Our classes started bit late, that's why the syllabus is also bit of lagging behind, but Sir is taking the class and started organic. As I said in the live class, it is very important for you all to start the organic part, and you have half yearly exam very soon. And the portion you all know as today I'll be discussing bit on the mechanisms of any reaction. So before we proceed to the mechanism, or I show any reaction mechanism, an introduction is needed that what is it all about. Organic reactions, many reactions we have read in class 10, but any reactions, whether it is organic or inorganic, undergoes in multiple steps. The way that we write it does not look always in that form, because inside the solution or inside the reaction vessels there are multiple steps or multiple things that are happening, and those, when we are studying, we call it as mechanisms. Mechanisms can be of different types. As any reactions, we know that any reactions, any organic reactions or inorganic, there are two things that are involved in the reactant part. One is substrate, another is reagent. The substrate on which the reagent is acting. So reagent is the attacking species, and the substrate is on which the reagent is attacking, and finally we are getting the product. So that is the reaction as a whole. Basically we can tell that substrate plus reagents gives product. That's as a whole a reaction. So as we all know that there can be different types of substrate as well as different types of reactant or reagent, better to say. So as different types of reagents can be, different types of substrate can be there. So based on their properties or their structures or their electron availability arrangement and way of attacking, we classify mechanism in multiple ways. Different types of reaction mechanisms are available, because every reaction will not go in a same way. Every reaction has its own unique property. And similarly we all are human beings, but all of us do not behave equally. Otherwise we would have been like robots. We are not robots, so everybody has its own individually unique property. Similarly every reaction has its own unique property. But then also, for the sake of our studies, to simplify it, we classify them in the different groups, just to make similar types. Like in periodic table, as you know, similar elements are placed in groups. Here similar type of mechanisms are placed in different groups. So before proceeding to the types of reactions and mechanism, to give you a bit idea of the reagents, I think in the live class also I asked, in the first live class I was asking about this term, that reagents can be of electrophiles and nucleophiles. Philicity means, the word has come from the word affinity. Philicity is synonymous affinity or to love. So electrophiles means they have an affinity towards a negative charge. A nucleophile means they have an affinity towards a positive charge. Nucleus positive, in from that concept the term nucleophile has come and electrophile has come, electron and nucleus. So electrophiles will be those which are either positive charge or they have a lack of electron in them. That means they may have a sextet or they may have triplet. That means they will be having they have a tendency or they have a hunger towards the electron, they have an affinity towards the electron. Similarly, nucleophile will be those whose charge, that means has to be a negative charge. That means that nucleophile will be having a tendency to attack the positive center, because they are having philicity towards the positive charge. That means it has to be negative itself, or they have to have a donatable lone pair of electron if it is a neutral. So some example of electrophiles. So generally electrophiles are positive, like any positive radical if you can pick up. It can be H plus, it can be NH4 plus, it can be Na plus, any positively charged ion, which NH3 plus, like in aniline, in PHNH2, its positive part PHNH3 plus, that is also electrophile, because they have their 2 plus ion, nitronium ion, So they are having a tendency to attack the negative centered or electron rich center. So they are charged electrophile, and neutral electrophile, those who have lack of electron in them, like boron halides, BF3, BCl3, BX3, they are having lack of electrons in them, so they have a tendency to attack them. So basically neutral electrophiles are Lewis acids. Similarly, AlCl3 is another example of neutral electrophile, that is, they are Lewis acid. They are lone pair acceptors because they have a hunger towards the electron, affinity towards the electron. Similarly, nucleophiles are those where they have a tendency to the positive center. So example of nucleophile can be Cl minus, Br minus, OH minus, H minus, hydride ion. These are all negatively charged ion, and they have a tendency to attack the positive center. That means they always will find a positive a substrate where there is a positive center, and they will attack that. So that will be attacking of nucleophile because they are negative charge. Similarly, if you want to talk about neutral nucleophile, that means they have extra electron or donatable lone pair of electron which can attack them. An example is water, which has donatable lone pair of electron. It can act as a neutral nucleophile. Or ammonia, NH3, it also has a donatable lone pair of electrons, so it can act as neutral nucleophile. So basically they are Lewis bases. So Lewis bases are neutral nucleophile and Lewis acids are neutral electrophile. So from here we get short questions or MCQs, or sometimes stability also comes. I think that part sir will be discussing. Also while doing reaction mechanism, we basically talk about we basically discuss about some effects like resonance. You have read in chemical bonding chapter, hyperconjugations, inductive effect. I think those are discussing. So coming to straight to types of different mechanisms. So mechanisms can be substitutions, eliminations, free or that can be rearrangements, and so on. So based on the attacking species, as I have said just now, that can be ionic or can be free radical. That means a bond cleavage when takes place, a breaking or bond when takes place. There are two types of bond cleavages. One is homolytic cleavage, another is heterolytic cleavage. Homolytic cleavage means organic compound, as we all know, made up of covalent bonds. So every atom is sharing one electron to form a bond. So while that bond breaks, if after breaking the bonds, the electrons or contributory atoms, electrons are going back to their contributory atoms, that means a bond is breaking and one electron going this side, another electron going to another side, that means to their contributory atom. Sorry, we call it a covalent, that we call it a homolytic cleavage. And when both the electron shifts to one particular atom, we call it heterolytic cleavage, that creates formation of ions. That means homolytic cleavage gives us radicals, we call it free radicals, which carries one electron. Heterolytic cleavage means a bond completely shifted towards one particular atom, that particular atom gaining negative charge, another who has shifted that particular atom is gaining a positive charge. So one which is accepting or gaining both the electron, gaining negative, and other is getting positive. That means they are ionic mechanism because their ions are forming, and that's a free radical mechanism. Now coming to types of reactions like substitution. As we know, substitution means one atom will be substituted by other. Substitution also can be nucleophilic substitution, electrophilic substitutions. Based on the attacking species, we are classifying, as I have already discussed about nucleophiles and electrophiles. So nucleophilic substitution again can be of first order and second order. We call it SN1 and SN2. Similarly, free radical mechanisms we have, we all have read about these reaction in class 10. Substitution we read. Like when CH3Cl is treated with aqueous KVH, we are getting CH2OH. This is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Similarly, methane or ethane in presence of sunlight, they forms halides when it reacts with halogens like chlorine, CH3CH, chloroform forms finally carbon tetrachloride, a chain type of reaction. Generally, free radical reactions are chain reactions and they occur in presence of sunlight. So that's free radical mechanism. Then you have rearrangement reaction, where generally in presence of heat or a minimal of reagents, the atoms among them rearrange in such a way they get a completely new product with a new functional group, completely changed functional group. Like we started with alcohol and getting a ketone. So this is also a kind of mechanism. Then we have elimination reaction, where eliminating a molecule we are getting another bond. Like you have read in class 10, elimination reaction with alcoholic KOH. When ethyl chloride is treated with alcoholic KOH, we are getting ethene as product. That ACl elimination, and we are getting ethene. So next day we will start discussing in detail. Today I have just given you a brief introduction, what is mechanism is all about, how this is happening, how it's occurring, that we will discuss on the very next day. Till then, take care and keep revising the parts that we have read, because half yearly is very nearby. So take care, keep studying, see you in the next class, and bye.